hundreds of years, not thousands of years, but millions of years, long before you were born. Now you see they're up in a balloon, the cat in the hat, and they see like a dinosaur in the muck, and maybe it could be a fossil. Dinosaur hunters dig in the ground. All over the earth, these fossils are found. The hunters use tools to chip all day. The fossils come loose, then they pack them away. The fossils can crumble because they are old, so dinosaur hunters must first make a mold. You can see them finding and chipping the fossils out, the bones, the old dinosaur bones, and then they pack them in a mold so that they have a better understanding of the shape of the bones, and then they can ship them. Okay, here what do we have? To the dinosaur labs, every bone, tooth, and bit is carefully shipped to see how they fit. Now they have to put it together, right? Because they found all these bones. Is this a leg bone? Maybe a muzzle. It is a crazy mixed up dinosaur puzzle. It's like putting a puzzle together when you start finding all these bones and artifacts. You got to kind of put them together. Step up and enter the museum hall where dinosaurs stand. Some are big and some are small. Kazoosaurus. Here we will play the best of all games. Oh, say, can you say the dinosaurs' names? Now, these dinosaur names are tough. So, all right, so we'll when we say it, we'll all say it together. Say, take care of your father, sweet Sally, dear Dick. These long words can make even grown-ups feel sick. And after you've said them, you then get to see them in the Cat in the Hat's Super Dino Museum. Dinosaurs' names are not easy to read, but give it a try. I will help if you need. Bless you. Oh, can you say Ankylosaurus? Ankylosaurus. What, with a club for a tail and a back full of spikes, this dino was strong like an army tank. Yikes. So Ankylosaurus. Can you see back there? You okay? Now can you say Kazoosaurus? Now can you say Myhosaurus?
Myhosaurus.
There's one thing we know that this dino did best. She kept her kids cozy and safe in their nest. Now this is a dinosaur that actually laid eggs, like a bird. So you wouldn't think of something like a cow laying eggs, right? Like usually it's a chicken. But this dinosaur possibly at some point evolved from a bird-type species. And it evolved, but it still laid its eggs instead of reared its young alive. Yes?
Some dinosaurs had feathers, but they couldn't fly still.
That's right. Very good. So you know a little bit about dinosaurs. Some dinosaurs evolved into birds that we know today, and some dinosaurs maybe lost their wings and feathers and turned into animals. It's evolution. Evolution is the changing of the animal species. There's one, okay, she kept the nest tidy. She got her kids food. She was a good mother to the dino. You know too many answers. Let's try somebody else. What's a brood? If she said she took care of her dino brood, family maybe? The kids?
It's probably like, how do you say family?
And dinosaur talk?
Yeah,
A
but
brood.
not a dinosaur.
Right? Yeah.
But in science language,
They call it a brood. And
Come here, small bear. Here is something you will like. Look, Ma, look. A brand new bike. Dad, thanks. For me, you say? I'm going to write it right away. Not yet, not yet, not yet, my son. First come the lessons, then the fun. How to get on is lesson 1. Lesson 1? Is that lesson 1? Yes, that is what you should not do, so let that be a lesson to you. Yes, it was, Dad. Now I see. That was a very good lesson for me. Dad, where are you going? You showed me how. Why don't you let me write it now? Not yet, not yet. Before you do, I have to give you lesson 2. Just watch, small bear, just watch your pop. Lesson 2 is how to stop. That's pretty important, right? To learn how to stop a bicycle. A very good lesson. Thank you, Pop. May I write it now that you showed me how? May I? May I write it now?
Correct. We've heard it a million times, you know, too. Tell me what it is in Spanish.
El gato,
Tell your friends here, loud.
el gato en sombrero.
El gato en sombrero. Well, we all know what sombrero is, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Ajá, sí sabemos.
Now we're going to start. You're going to start.
El sol no brilla. Este día demasiado morado, mojado, hace es que nos
Sentamos.
damos adorno de la casa. Todo aguado frío y mojado.
Now, that's Spanish. How cool is that? So now, our English-speaking friends, just think how hard it is if everything was in Spanish, how hard it would be for you to understand, right? Pretty tough, huh? So the reason I'm reading this book, it also gives an opportunity when our bilingual students have a challenge, we have to help them. So now, the sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, wet day. And I do not have reading glasses on. I have glasses for seeing far away, and I can't see that well. So thank goodness I have some memory left. Go ahead.
Ya estaba sentado con Sara. Ali nos sentamos los dos y yo dije, como quisiera que tuviéramos algo que hacer.
I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two. And I said how I wish I had something to do. Too wet to go out, too cold to play ball. And we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. That's all I'm going to read in The Cat in the Hat in Spanish and English because it would take a long time. But this would be terrific if different classes got together. You could do a reader's theater with this. You could have, cross back and forth between Spanish and English with our bilingual friends. And I think it's a great way to get folks engaged. Okay? So this is going to be in the library. Now, I'm going to read a full book to you, though. What do you
the rat's tail
That's
is. But some of you may not know this. This guy is familiar too. This guy, when he smiles, he tends to disappear. Does anyone know what story he is from? You think you know what story?
From Alice in Wonderland.
He is from Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat.
Oh
He tends to
yeah.
disappear. Okay, so let's see what happens next. This is the dog that chased the cat, that ate the rat, that fell in the picture, that lay in the book that Jack wrote. Now, a very interesting thing about this particular dog is that he stole Mr. Diaz's suit. I promise you, if you see Mr. Diaz today, he's wearing this suit.
Yeah.
He's wearing this suit. Take a look when you see him. You'll notice.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens next. This is the cow sailing over the moon that spooked the dog, that chased the cat, that ate the rat, that fell in the picture that lay in the book that Jack wrote. Do you recognize this guy? Does this sound familiar? A cow jumping? Oh! How many of you have heard that nursery rhyme, the cow jumped over the moon? Yes, this sounds familiar, doesn't it? He is.
There was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house. And they were very lonely. So the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese. She gave a piece of bacon for a mouth and 2 olives for eyes and put it in the oven to cook.
Oh, I know this one.
Now when she opened the oven to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back. Oh, what is that terrible smell, she said. The stinky cheese man hopped out of the oven and ran out the door calling, "Run, run, run, as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the stinky cheese man." Well, the little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. "I'm not really very hungry," said the little old man. "And I'm not really all that lonely," said the little old lady. So they did not chase the stinky cheese man.